Deion Sanders Jr. just clapped back at all the haters out there with a massive post on social media showing off their insane 5,000-acre ranch in Texas. The video starts with him playing golf in the front yard, and then he takes us on a tour of the property, which includes lakes where his dad, Coach Prime, loves to go fishing with friends like Travis Hunter. They've also got a tennis court, a vintage car collection, a basketball court, and an outdoor jacuzzi. It's like a whole different world. You've got to see this place to believe it. I'm Jack, and with me is Jillian. So Deion Sanders Jr., or Bucky as he's known, decided not to follow in his dad's footsteps and play pro football, instead opting for a career in content creation and even founding his own company called Well of Media. He's also a rapper, which is pretty cool. But what really caught my attention was when Bucky talked about how his dad taught him and his brothers to be men and make their own success without relying on handouts just because of their name. My dad is a real live man. He's a legit man. So he raises kids to be men, which is actually rare these days.
That's some real talk right there. You know, it's crazy to think about how different their life must be, especially when you consider that Coach Prime just finished a disappointing season with the Colorado Buffaloes going 3-9. Can they turn it around this year? That's the big question. But anyway, back to Bucky's post. It's clear he's tried to send a message to all the haters out there, and I've got to say it's pretty effective. You got to respect the fact that he's not afraid to speak his mind and show off what he's worked for. It's like he's saying, while they're hating on us, we're over here living our best lives.
And you know what? I think it's working. People are talking about this, and it's definitely got me thinking about what it means to be successful and how to deal with criticism.
But at the same time, you can't help but wonder if it's just a way to distract from the fact that Coach Prime didn't have a great season. Maybe it's a little bit of both.
Maybe Bucky's just trying to keep it real and show people that they're not letting the criticism get to them. Or maybe he's just trying to prove a point and show off his family's wealth.
Either way, it's definitely an interesting move, and I'm curious to see how it all plays out. You know, it's funny because when you think about it, Coach Prime has always been a bit of a lightning rod for criticism. I mean, the guy's a two-time Super Bowl champ, and he's also had his fair share of controversies over the years. And now, with his sons getting into the mix, it's like the whole family is under the microscope.
I mean, Bucky's trying to make it as a rapper and a content creator. And that's not easy, especially when you got a famous dad. So what do you think about Coach Prime and his family? Do you think they're handling all the criticism well, or do you think they need to change their approach?
You know, it's crazy to think about how much pressure they must be under, especially with the whole world watching their every move.
But hey, if they can't handle the heat, then maybe they shouldn't be in the kitchen, right? Okay, so let's get back to Bucky's post and the whole idea of showing off your wealth and success. Or maybe he's just trying to prove a point and show off his family's wealth. Either way, it's definitely an interesting move, and I'm curious to see how it all plays out.
You know, it's funny because when you think about it, social media is all about presenting this perfect image, right?
And it's like, yeah, that's great and all, but what about the rest of us who aren't living that life?
You know, it's like they're just rubbing it in our faces, and it's hard not to feel a little bit jealous or a little bit left out.
So what do you think about social media and the way people present themselves online? Do you think it's a good idea to show off your wealth and success? Or do you think it's just a way to distract from your flaws and imperfections?